So just to be clear, I've now offered you three times.
I made myself very clear.
Oh, you've made yourself very clear.
You asked me 5 times.
I'm going to give you one last.
You asked me 7 times.
Okay, I'm going to give you one last chance to offer some empathy or sympathy or sorrow about the deaths of 20,000 children in Gaza. Are you capable of doing that?
Malicious, nefarious, ugly, unpleasant, vicious and evil are some of the words that come to mind when describing Danialla Weiss. She featured on the Louis Theroux documentary called The Settlers, and now she's made her way onto the Piers Morgan show. She's known as a grandmother to settler Israelis. To me, she's a grandmother of all evil. She waffles quite a bit, as these Zionists do when put on the spot. I filtered the video down to capture the main points. Let's take a look.
I have an ambition to settle Jews all over the vast areas of the land that was given by God to the Jewish nation. So this is my ambition.
How many of the innocent Gazans, how many of the Palestinian children do you think should come to, say, Israel and to be allowed to settle there?
To settle in Israel?
Yes.
Why?
Why? If you're going to tell them, if you tell them to leave, well, because if you tell them to leave their home, and you say that they should live in other countries, why would Israel not want to provide a home for them?
No. Because the conflict between Israel and the Gazans brought this chapter into its end. We don't take any chance anymore.
But what gives you the right to then tell Palestinian people, innocent people, children, who've had nothing to do with Hamas, what gives you the right to uproot? Well, let me finish. To uproot those people from their homes and expel them in what would be ethnic cleansing, which is a war crime, as you know.
They attacked Israel on the 7th of October.
Yeah.
They massacred Jews on the 7th of October after we evacuated Gaza for their benefit. What is not clear in what I say?
Well, what is not clear is that you have also, in going after Hamas in Gaza, massacred between 70 and 100,000 Palestinians. And at what point does that become disproportionate? At what point does the fact that that the Israeli government continues to prosecute this war in a way that kills so many children, does this become something which is completely unacceptable?
Okay, not acceptable. So it's a fact. If they had not, you say that it is not acceptable. I understand that it's not acceptable by you. I think that if the Gazans hadn't started, the Hamas hadn't started the attack, there wouldn't have been a war.
She starts by saying that God gave them the land. Do you really think that Moses, peace be upon him, and God chose this woman and her people to be the rightful heirs of this land? The same people who fired over 300 bullets into a 6-year-old girl, the same people who killed over 100,000 people, and the same people who have outright flattened over 80% of Gaza with missiles equivalent to more than 2 nuclear bombs. Piers then talks about uprooting of innocent children who have no participation in this war, and her response was because they attacked us. Not only does she repeat it, but she repeats it with a smile on her face. I've said this before and I'll say it again. To the Israelis, there is no difference between Palestinians and Hamas. They're all the same.
But why would you then think it's fine for you to take over Gaza and the West Bank?
May I ask you, why do you repeat the same question 3 times? You know, I don't see your face, so it's kind of difficult without the gestures. So
well, let me simplify it for you. What gives you the right? What gives you the right to think that you can expel millions and millions of Palestinians?
Meets war crimes.
Yeah.
Why do you do it?
I'm holding you to account.
What's the sense?
I'm holding you to account for your war crimes. I'm telling you should stop your war crimes. I'm telling you, you have you have no right to displace millions of Palestinians and kick them out of their homes. You don't have that right.
Morgan, you hope that through your program you will enhance the chance that I will be put to trial? Is this why you give me so much time in your program?
Yeah, I think ultimately you should face a trial. You notice that so far you haven't referred to the people of Gaza or the West Bank as Palestinians. Do you believe they're called Palestinians?
I think that Palestinians were invented by Adrian, and that the Arabs that come to Israel today want to get for themselves the success of the Jewish state that was created here after many years.
This piece of trash has been put forward by Israel for a Nobel Peace Prize. Absolutely shocking. You need to commit a genocide these days to receive one of those. That's what it's come to. So far, we've established she doesn't believe in Palestine. She believes they should all leave their lands and go elsewhere. That children were responsible for October the 7th. Now, let's take a look at the next clip where Piers asks her if she feels any remorse for the 20,000 children killed.
Mrs. Weiss, how do you feel about the fact that over 20,000 Palestinian children have now been killed since October the 7th in Gaza?
I think that the Palestinians, as you said, I said Palestinians, the Gazans and all Arabs around should stop attacking Israel.
Right, I just asked you how you felt about 20,000 children being killed by the IDF. So how do you feel about that?
I think that the parents should be very careful before they teach the children to hate Jews and to kill Jews.
No, that wasn't my question. That wasn't my question. Sorry to be persistent, but my question.
That was your question.
My question was, how do you feel? My question was, how do you feel? How do you personally feel about over 20,000 Palestinian children now being killed since October the 7th in Gaza? How do you feel about that?
I think that Arabs, Gazans, or Jordanians, or Syrians, whoever, should be very, very careful with the way they educate the children.
Yeah, that wasn't my question.
Now,
that wasn't my question.
Many of them.
Can you answer my question?
Answer. That was my answer.
So you don't care? You have no thoughts about these children at all?
You choose your questions, and I answer them the way I believe is right.
But just to be clear, you have nothing to say about 20,000 children being killed. Nothing at all.
I have a lot to say about everything that happened as a result of the massacre of the 7th of October.
I understand you care about Israeli
Arabs
children who died, as do I. But I'm able to care about both sides of children who've died. Why don't you care, seemingly, about the Palestinian children who've died? Why can't you express any sympathy or sorrow or empathy with the children who've died in Gaza? Are you able to do that?
I warn all Arabs from all sides, from all borders, warn them, stop educating children to hate Jews.
So just to be clear, I've now offered you three times.
I made myself very clear.
Oh, you've made yourself very clear.
You asked me 5 times.
I'm going to give you one last.
You asked me 7 times.
Okay, I'm going to give you one last chance to offer some empathy or sympathy or sorrow about the deaths of 20,000 children in Gaza. Are you capable of doing that?
I can tell you that had you cared, and I don't believe you that you care a tiny bit about one killed person, if you do not use the means that you have as a media person to stop educating children.
I gave you 4 chances.
Jews. Right. Okay, you gave me 7. You gave me 7.
And you know what? You couldn't give a damn, could you?
That you are to blame more than me.
You don't care. And all you want is all the Palestinians gone. You can barely even bring yourself to say their name. All you want is to take over the West Bank and Gaza. You don't care how many die in the process. You want them all gone. You don't care, do you? That's the bottom line.
As you said, the audience will judge.
Yeah, they will.
I think Palestinians and all Gaza should stop attacking Israel, and parents should be very careful when they teach their children to hate and kill Jews. These are her words, and it's evident that she's used these words before. These are very deep, dark words. Nobody in their right mind would think of something like this, and I guarantee she uses the very same lines to the illegal Israeli settlers to ignite fire and war. This woman, as described earlier, is malicious, nefarious, ugly, unpleasant, vicious and evil. Her time will come in this life or the next. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Support me by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.